Toastmaster Harshita, the more the merrier. Toastmaster Harshita.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters. How many of you are raised in a joint family? Just a few. And all of the others are in the Merrier family, right? I was raised in a joint family, as big as this city is. Okay, that's too much. But more people than there are in this room right now. And trust me on that. My dad is a 5 brother, and each of them are married and at least have 2 kids. At least. So you can now count. So that was the size of the family I was born in. And boy, I hated it. Trust me. I did. I have my reasons. When I was a kid and I did not do my homework, or I had exams or monthly tests, I wanted to make an excuse. It was so easy to fool your parents, right? It's easy to fool your parents. Just 2 people, you just say I'm sick, and they'll be like, oh my poor baby, and then they'll allow you to stay at home. But when there are 20 other more people and you're working in the house, they'll be like, why didn't you go to school? At every corner of the house there's somebody who's like, oh, you are at home today? You didn't go to school? Oh, you fell sick? Asking and embarrassing you at the same time. And then when there are so many people, comparison is bound to happen, right? And I was not academically smart kid, so obviously they made fun of me, and I did not enjoy it very much. They would make me sit and ask me maths question that was way below my class, and then they would enjoy it. You know, when there's a big family, you can count on having an audience when you are getting embarrassed. And to add insult to the injury, mind you, I lived in a small town where everybody knew everyone. Everybody knew where you were going, what you were wearing, what you were eating, so you couldn't escape. There was one time I was coming back from my tuition classes, and the other side of the road, I saw my uncle. And he was the one I was a little bit afraid of. And he called me. And I went there. He's like, this red jacket you're wearing, don't wear it in your tuition classes. I did not have a choice to wear the clothes I wanted to wear. Maybe he was implying that red is a bright color and you will attract attention, and that's what you don't want to do in school. But I was devastated. All the schools I went, I changed 4 or 5, by the way. All the courses I did, the college I went in, the subject I picked, it was all collective choice. Nothing was just my own opinion. And I was frustrated. I was completely frustrated, and I wanted to leave. Because as human, what do we strive the most? Can anybody tell? What do we strive the most?
Freedom.
It's the freedom. It's the freedom we strive for. Whatever the choices we make, decisions we take, we want to feel that it was out of our free will. And I was not getting that, obviously. So I, in 2011, finally moved out of my house, moved to Delhi. Very happy. Now, again, I was not living on my own. I was living with my relative. Little bad. But in 2012, I was on my own, fully, completely, happily or not, I'll tell you later. And then one day, and this was just I started living on my own, one day I was making tea, and then as the process goes, I put a pen on the flame, and then the water boiled, I put a tea leaf, and then when I looked for sugar, it was not around. And in my house, I am not used to doing these things, especially at the time when I'm hungry. Now I realize I have to first get the sugar outside, go to the market and go to the grocery store, get the sugar, and then I can have tea. And tear rolled down my eyes because that was not I was used to. Then came the other instances. There were times when I was super hungry, but I didn't want to cook, nor I wanted to order from outside because my stomach wouldn't agree with the food from outside because I've had it so much. And that's when I realized how much food choices I used to have back at home. If my mom didn't cook something nice for me, my aunt would have. And there were 5 total ladies in the house, so I used to have at least 5 choices to make when it came to food. But the final blow came when I found myself lonely at a lot of times. And mind you, I'm fine with solitude. I love my solitude. It is not to say that I don't enjoy being alone. But being alone and being lonely are two different things. And when I felt lonely, and that's when I realized the importance of having a family, especially a big one. When you have a big family, there is no dull moment in your life. And I did not have many people to share it with. And that's when I felt, yes, there were embarrassing moments at home, but there were also people who actually raised my spirit. And one of them was my aunt, who always appreciated me for whatever I wore, wherever I go. She was like, oh, you look so cute. Oh, that dress is really nice. And I think that's the confidence she gave me. And she was nobody else but Kirti's mother. And I am still thankful to her that, she always appreciated me and gave me the confidence that I have today. Not in everything, but whatever she said, I have that confidence in me that, okay, if I'm doing this, I'm doing it right. And it is not to say, now you would be like, okay, but most of us were not raised in the joint family, and it's not the choice we make. I did not make that choice. If I had given a choice, maybe I would have gone for a nuclear family, you would not know. But what I'm trying to imply is that if we do not have been raised in a nuclear family, we always have a choice to make. We have forgotten the concept called neighborhood long time back. Those neighbors who would knock on our door, ask for sugar, right? Or knock on our door, bring cake for us. We have forgotten those concepts. And even if you are too afraid to go to our neighborhood, maybe we can find a community like this, right? I found that whenever in so many years of my career, I felt that I still don't have friends because I was not in my hometown. I could not meet my school friends on a regular basis, or because I was not in touch with them, I actually cannot call them friends anymore. And I felt like every time I wanted to go outside, I did not have anybody. And that's when I realized that when I joined Toastmasters, I now have a lot of friends. So what I'm implying is that, it's fine. It can be really chaotic at times, but when you have people around, it can really change your life. And that's why India did not have the concept of depression and stress for a long time. So always have your community. Thank you.